I'm going to show you how to tie a Nagoya Obi into Taiko. And here we have the things we're going to use. And I have two types of Nagoya Obi here. One has Taiko gara. You have to be a little bit careful with this one that you get the pattern in the right place on your back. Or this type, which is easier, which has a design all over it, Zensu Moyo type. So we need the obi, and then we need some accessories. This is the obi ita. This will be going in between the first and the second time that we wrap the obi around us. The obi makura, it's kind of obi pillow, which makes the shape at the back. And then you use one of these, an obi age. You can use a plain chirimen type, plain silk one, or you can use one with shibori. Either type is okay. And finally, you need an obijime. These also come in two types. There are round ones or there are flat ones, and you can use either, whichever you prefer. And to help us during the process, we're going to use two ties. Any two ties is okay for this. Okay, I'm going to show you how to tie this Nagoya Obi into Taiko musubi. Okay, Taiko is the drum bow. So first you put everything you're going to need in the order that you're going to use it, and make sure you can reach everything easily. So standing up, and the seam is at the top and the folded part is at the bottom. People have different ways of starting off, but however you like is fine. This is how I usually start. And I'm going to turn around once to the right. Take the obi with me. And then I take the bottom of the obi with my left hand and the top with my right hand and tight. And then we're going to go around again. And if you have a 1 point obi, you want to make sure that this is somewhere around the middle section. It doesn't need to be exactly in the middle. And this time you're going to put in between the first and second layers your obi ita. If you have one with elastic, you can put it on before you start. Again, take the bottom with the left hand and the top with the right hand and tighten it. I'm going to take another half a turn. And here I have my left hand at the top, my right hand at the bottom. And I am going to fold this up. So you fold it with you're bringing the right hand up to the left hand and folding it inwards. Make it narrower. Once you've made it narrower, your left hand is free, and with your left hand, you make sure this is a nice straight line down to the bottom of the obi. Now hold this from the underneath, like this, and with your left hand, which is free, you can take this out and pull it upwards. After here you can't pull it anymore, so that you then hold it from the front and continue to pull it upwards. It's a little bit awkward. Right up to the center of the back. And naturally the obi wants to turn over like this way, but you don't let it turn over. You keep it the way that it comes out. And if you look at it on the left side, you have that seam at the top and the fold at the bottom. You keep it that way and hold it on your back. At this point, you can just give that to your the crook of your arm and take one tie and give it to your left hand. And then with both hands, you take it round to the front and tie it. This tie is going to be removed later. It's just to hold it in place. At this point, you take this, what's called the tae, the narrow part of the obi from the back, and just tuck it into the top of that tie out of the way. Now I'm going to make the taiko. Make sure the right side is on the outside, and you take the obi pillow, keep the top of the obi in place with your right hand, and with your left hand put it underneath the obi, and then give it to your right hand. Just at this point, take out any creases that you may have in this top area here, and then you lift it up. Here you have to look in the mirror if you are doing a 1-point pattern, and make sure that the pattern is in the right place. Pull these ties nice and tight, and with the makura high up on your back, and you can tie them into a bow or a half bow. Make sure it doesn't come loose, and then you stick this into the top of the obi. Push it nice and far down so it's out of the way. Next, take the obi age, which is going to cover the obi makura, and if you take about this much from the middle, about 10 centimeters, that is going to be the part that covers the makura, the middle bit of the pillow. So it's easy if you hold that part, put it under the obi, give one side to the other hand, and just flip that over the makura. Bring it around to the front, and for the moment just loosely tie it and tuck it in so it's out of the way. Next we are going to make the bottom line of the taiko, and it's useful to use a tie to do this as well. So it should be somewhere a few centimeters below the bottom of the obi. Once again, if you have a pattern, be a little bit careful that you get the pattern in the right place. Put the tie across the back of the obi, and with your forefinger just flip the obi up, and then you can flip it up some more like this. Move your left hand to the middle, take it away from your body a little bit, and use the right hand to push the obi up inside. Then take the obi at each corner where the tie goes through, and use your fingers to adjust the obi till you get about 1 finger length on each side. When you do this, be careful not to lift the tie up and down. If you lift the tie up, you'll get a funny round lumpy obi. But keep that height the same all the way through the process. Then you turn around. You don't need to turn around, but you need to tie these ties And once again, it should be well below the obi, otherwise your taiko will become all kind of round and lumpy instead of flat. Okay, before you made the taiko shape on the back, you tucked the te under this himo here to keep it out of the way. Now we're going to put this into the back of the obi. Just pull any extra length out and try and get it nice and straight. You're turning it towards the back. Put your right hand into the obi, just underneath the top layer, not under all the layers, just under the top layer and above the bit that you have just tucked inside. And this hand is going to take the te from the left hand and pull it through. Pull it out on the right side about 1 centimeter. Then put your right hand on top of that. And here you try to straighten it up. If you have any extra, you can push it in towards your body, keeping your hand flat like this. And try and make a vertical straight line here. When you've done that, you're going to tie the obijime. Take the middle of it, make a little loop in the middle, and put that in here on top of the te, about halfway up. And the right hand takes one end and then bring it around towards the front and hold it very tight in one hand. Don't let this go. Once you're holding it tight, you can take the top tie off. And then tie it left over right. And keep this nice and tight. You can keep a finger on it to stop it from coming loose. And then left over right. And keep holding it as tight as you can. And tuck it in under your arms. Like that. Now the obi is tied on, you can also take off the lower tie. And then finally, you're going to arrange the obiyage. Fold it up so that the edges are not showing. You can fold it in 3s or in 4s, but just so you hide the edges. And the first 15 centimeters are the most important part. You don't need to hold it right near the ends. And once again, tie it with the left over the right. And then the part that comes out up from the bottom, you just tuck diagonally out of the way. Try not to let it make a big lump in the obi. And then the other part you bring to the center. You can fold it up from the end. Leave about 10 centimeters and tuck this outside the knot that you've made, and this part you can fold to the inside. And draw a finger along the top to make sure that it's on the inside of the obi. And these should be in the center. We've finished.